Hey, what's up, guys? This is Mike with Kramer's Customs. I know it's been a while since I made a post. We ain't never stopped. We just got a new shop. We're doing a lot bigger things now. Got some motors going together. Work on the board. 370 cubic inch. This will be a little cruiser, but it'll be a hot one. This one's 5.3 4060. Just a budget swap. Getting some wiring, some fan upgrades. So yeah, just wanted to make a little short video. We're still rolling. Doing a lot more performance stuff nowadays. Higher priority builds. Of course, higher income builds as well, financially anyways. This one's getting everything. I mean, rear end, suspension, transmission, fully built motor, interior. We'll do brake conversion in the rear, wheel wood. So we're still rolling around, guys. We put this one together, I guess it was last week or week before. 30 over, 6.0, 243 heads, mile port work, summit intake. Nothing special, stock bottom end deal. We've just been using new hardware and new pulleys. It kind of makes them pop a little better. Gotta get to the wiring here next week or so. I should be firing that one soon. Make a video of that. We got some parts here, some injector adapters, new starter battery and things. But yeah, we're still going strong. I can't complain. There's a lot of customers begging to get their stuff in, but I literally have to pick and choose nowadays what's good for me. This 2025 business is tough nowadays, especially for a niche business like this. And I don't do budget swaps anymore, like as far as used motors and transmissions. You just get yourself into trouble. And of course, to do it right, fully built, like something like this, very, very, very expensive nowadays. So the build process is a little bit longer because customers can't pay X amount of dollars on something like this, what this costs. So it's there, you know, the work's there, the business is there. I got really no complaints, you know. We do a lot of performance stuff. And there's a lot of in and out wiring jobs that only touch here a day or two. So yeah, I just wanted to make a short video about that, man. Leave a comment, like. I know I haven't done much videos. I'm a one-man band and I really don't have time to, you know, do my job properly, get all the parts, answer the phone calls and text messages, you know, provide the quotes for all those phone calls and text messages. Got to make all the invoices. I got to run all the parts, you know. I order all the parts that need to be shipped in, you know, budget-friendly parts. But I do all the machine shop running, you know. It's tough, so we're doing 14, 16-hour days. And y'all see, they're coming a lot better nowadays. No more budget swaps, man. These engines, some of these 6.0s and 5.3s, dude, they're from 2000, 2001. Those motors are 24, 25 years old. In my opinion, guys, LS swaps do not exist anymore. Now, you got your shade tree mechanic doing LS swaps, and he didn't care, you know, what motor you bring or what motor they put in, but I can't do that. I got to warranty my job, so I actually have to build them correctly. I can't put no 250, 300,000 mile motor in a customer's car because it has just gotten me in trouble. They go out and they hot rod them and do burnouts and go to the meets and takeovers and cook the motor in a one weekend, and then they're blaming me like my motor's blown up. Well, I don't doubt it. The way you drive it, I don't doubt it. So yeah, we just doing full builds nowadays. Nothing, no used engines or used parts. You know, there's a couple things we'll throw on used, bracketry, you know, stuff we have laying around to save the customer a buck. But most of the time, you know, it's all brand new stuff. And we do budget friendly stuff, but you know, there's things that you can't skimp out on, like your fuel system, your pump, you know, things like that. We don't use Corvette regulators no more in the shop because the integrity of the part is not there anymore. I mean, even O'Reilly's parts and AutoZone, Advance, those parts are just, everything's coming from China, guys. Everything is coming from China. Holley is made in China. All of Summit stuff is made in China. So those valve covers are made in China. You know, that everything on this thing is made in China, no matter where you get it from. Jegs, Summit, Facebook Marketplace, Amazon, eBay. You know, I don't like to sugarcoat anything. Well, I don't sugarcoat anything, but yeah, that's just the nature of the business nowadays. You know, all that billet aluminum shit, all that shit comes from China. Somebody in China has copied the mold, refabricated it in a factory for pennies on the dollar, and then they sell it on eBay all day long. And that's the exact same manifold as a Holley. So this right here is a sheet metal, let's call it, thin, right? You can get that in China for X amount of bucks. You can go to Summit and get the Holley Sniper version, and it's twice the price, but it's the exact same piece. I mean, the exact, it's probably made in the same factory, just scribed Holley's name on it. I mean, Holley stuff is Chinese, guys. It is what it is. Holley stuff is Chinese. But yeah, give me a shout. Anybody want any, you know, professional, well taken, safe builds? Give me a holler. Hit my line. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, you know, Snapchat. I'm on all those. LS Customs, LSK Performance, Kermit's Customs. You'll find me. Person hasn't changed, name has changed a bit, but that's for the better. You know, we're trying to further reach nowadays, and higher priority builds, meaning more funds per build, basically. You know, we're not doing anything budget friendly as far as used motors and shit. You know, we are boring them out. We're fully machining them. Y'all want to do strokers? We'll do stroker setups. I'll build them right here in house. Whatever you guys need, you know. We got it right here. More than 500 completed swaps in the last, 7 years or so. A lot of those back in the day were budget friendly like this. 5.3 junkyard motors and trans. Get you in and out of the door, 5-7 grand. But that doesn't exist anymore. And those motors are few and far between in the 100,000 mile range. Most of them, all of them, are 200, 300,000 miles. And you just can't, as a builder, you can't put that in a customer's car because they're gonna go and beat on it because they got an LS swap and they're gonna blow it up and they're gonna come back and they're gonna say, hey man, I spent $10,000 with you. Well, you could have spent the extra $4,500 and got the motor built, like I suggested. But you wanted to be cheap and quote unquote get a budget swap, and that's what you ended up with, a non-warranty drivetrain and ticking lifters. And it's happened. It's happened over and over countless times. So we just kind of shifted from any full LS swaps are getting built. They're all getting built. And you're talking $20,000, $30,000 and up range. So we're not doing $10,000 swaps. Hell, I don't even think I could do you a $15,000 swap. And this is not tooting my horn. This is just knowing exactly what it takes labor-wise and parts. The parts ain't cheap. I remember back in the day, we could do these for $500, maybe $800 in parts. I'm talking radiator. I'm talking anything we didn't get out of a donor, at $500, $800 tops. And we could do these swaps for $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. Budget 5.3, 4060, good takeout, 150,000 miles. But that's just not possible now in 2025. Try to order all those little parts that used to cost $500 and $800, and you're gonna spend $5,000. By the time fasteners, full exhaust, tuned, running and driving, tested on the street, you're not getting out the door with any type of warranty less than $15,000. So most of them are 20 and up. Most anything like this is 20 and up, and I got a line of people, you know, just when's my turn. But I mean, they take time a lot of times, you know, because I mean, and there you got your certain people that got 30 grand to throw at a vehicle, and you know, we can do something like this fully built 30 grand. I'm talking suspension, rear end, brakes, you know, fully built motor, fully built transmission, spec torque converter, all spec cam. I don't use any shelf cams or anything like that. No offense to any of those major companies, but I ordered my camshafts in what specs I want for what the customer wants, and we spec the converter with the gear and what transmission it has accordingly. That's just the way we do them nowadays. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna see if I can start doing these videos again. You won't see much of my face, but I will show you a lot of my work. I'm out, guys.